The concept of national security has changed, evolved, and expanded in immense way over time. No longer that is exclusively refers to the traditional notion and internal and external defense. It now also encompasses virtually every aspect of national life and nation building. In the new framework, economic development and security are inextricably linked and mutually reinforcing concepts. Development, or economic and social well-being, is a precondition of national, internal, and external security and vice versa. Prosperity leads to greater social peace and stability, and greater peace and stability leads to more progress.
The national security is an anchor of three major pillars. First pillar is safeguarding the Philippines. National unity is democracy and social inclusion. The most important foundation of the national unity is that all citizens share one national identity as being a Filipino, regardless of their ethnic, religious, cultural, and ideological orientation. The second pillar of national security
This is clearly provided in the Constitution, to wit, definition of national territory consistent with new international governance, Article 1, renunciation of war as an instrument of national policy, Article 2, Section 2, civilian supremacy over military, Article 2, Section 3, and role of the armed forces as protector of the people and the state, Article 2, Section 3, maintenance of peace and order, the protection of life, liberty, and property, and the promotion of the general welfare, Article 2, Section 5, pursuit of an independent foreign policy based on national sovereignty and national interest, Article 2, Section 7, right to self-determination, Article 2, Section 7, freedom from nuclear weapons, Article 2, Section 8, suspension of the writ of habeas corpus, Article 3, Section 15, concept of a citizen army, Article 16, Section 4.
And the third pillar of the national security is the protection of properties, infrastructure, and keeping the people safe from all forms of threats, both here and to their net extent possible, creating jobs in order to bring vacuum over Filipino worker or their physical safety can be fully guaranteed by the government.
12-point national security. The government shall endure to unify all efforts that will open the door for greater progress and enhance the well-being of Filipinos. Collective all actions will be promoted to pursue and advance the 12-point national security agenda. These national security agenda are human and political security, health security, economic and
这一
financial
次
security,
我真的睡着了。
military and border security, socio-cultural security, environmental and disaster security, energy security, maritime and airspace security, and international security, informal and cyber security, transportation and port security. So what is human and political security? It is effective response to the complexity of multiple entities threats to the safety, welfare, and well-being of Filipinos. Next was health security. Health security enhances the quality of life of Filipinos by preventing and mitigating the effects of infectious diseases as well as interdicting illegal hazardous agents including lethal drugs that destroys the future generation of Filipinos. The third one was the economic and financial security. These promote multi-resource energy that guarantees the interest of the next generation and enable our people to innovate their capabilities to protect the individual resources. The next was food and water security, promote food security in the country by environment, and disaster security. These guarantee the right to live in green and environment-friendly conditions, preserve and develop conditions, protect the ecosystem from damages. The eighth one was the energy security. Energy security secure protect energy throughout the country and pursue the sustainment of existing sources. The next was the maritime and airspace security. This ensures safety of life and protection of trade and marine resources against privacy, poaching, illegal intrusion, terrorism, and human and drug trafficking at sea that tend towards the international security. This maintain an independent foreign policy in the community of nations and ensure stable and secure international environment for the country. The 11th one is the informal and cybersecurity. These safeguards are classified action plans and programs, sensitive government intentions, state secrets from espionage and hostile actions to protect nation security interests. And the last was the transportation and port security. This strengthened the integration and modernization of multimodal transport systems to connect all the islands of the archipelago and thereby securing the mobility of people, goods, services, and commerce.
Now we will tackle about the different threats of the national security of the Philippines and how the government protect its citizens. But before that, we will first identify the meaning of the national security threats and its responsibilities. What is a national security threats? A national security threats are anything that threatens the physical well-being of the population or harm the economy, the security of the government, as well as society as a whole. The primary objective of national security in the Philippines is to fulfill the national vision and to defend the state against internal and external threats. Now we'll know the meaning and its responsibility. Let's proceed to the threats of national security in the Philippines. So what are those? Number 1. Communist terrorism. It is the number one threats of national security in the Philippines according to Rodrigo Duterte. The local communist terrorist group continue to threaten the lives, properties, and freedom of people. They hamper the economy, gains and profits. Number 2, illegal drugs. The campaign has become the primary mission against illegal drugs, and they will intensify to eliminate the risk or threats in the Philippines. Number 3, climate change is considered as the national security threat because it may bring disastrous ecological consequences. Next, economic and social threats. The Philippines continue to face the challenge of addressing the problem of cybercrime. It usually uses unlawful use of personal information and make use of internet to show acts of violence. The national security protects not only the citizens but also the economic stability of national institutions.
Internal and external security is another view of protecting the data and and the communication in the system. Internal security is the means by which the system protects its own data and internal communication. And external security is the means by which the system protects external communication. External threats. Despite a host of internal security threats show little sign of abating, the Philippines has become more preoccupied by external threats to its maintained interests. In the South China Sea, which is claimed by the People's Republic of China, Taiwan, and Vietnam, also claim the Spratly archipelagos, while Malaysia has an overlapping claim, but none of those countries pose a threat to Philippine interests the way China does. Internal threats. The Philippines has been confronted with multiple and simultaneous insurgencies since the 1970s. While not posing an existential threat to the state, they are a drain on resources and inhibit faster economic development. The myriad of rebel groups, communists, Islamists, and ethno-national do have some legitimate grievances, and their movements have been fueled by abuses by government forces.